It's Friday, just pulled up to the shop a little bit late. The rotary table was supposed to be here Tuesday. And it just showed up. Let's check it out. I'll grab the forklift and get it all unpacked. All right, finally have the rotary in-house. It's in this box. I've got to take it apart and see what's what. So set up the camera and do an unboxing. Let's get to it. Here's the rotary, finally unboxed. You've got a wiring harness, airline for the rotary brake, then an eye hook. That actually came in a different bag. There's some blue grease here on the rotary platter. You can see those T-nut slots there. Just so you know, that stuff, it looks like it tastes like blueberry. My friend told me it doesn't though, so 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Just so you know, fair warning. Anyways, this thing is really heavy. Ugh, it wasn't even in my mouth and it tastes so bad. Okay, this rotary is really heavy. It's about 200 pounds. And I used to actually lift these by myself. I'm a relatively strong person. But even when I would lift them myself, I'd go, you know, I probably can't do this for too much longer. I think I'm actually stronger now than I was then. But still, I work by myself. I usually don't wear steel-toed boots. And I also don't want to damage this thing. I don't want to drop on an accident. So instead of relying on manpower to get this thing out, I'm going to take the smart way out and get some kind of lift. Now there's several ways I could do this, but basically what I need to do is get this 200-pound piece of equipment onto my machine table, either through the front or through the side. And it's going to be mounted right here with the platter on that side. So what I would do when I would lift them, I would just bring the machine table all the way over, as far as I could, make sure it's clear and clean. I get the rotary right here on the floor, and I would stick a bar through that eye hook. This one up here, I would stick a steel bar or aluminum bar, whatever, through there and grab it on both sides and pick it up and hoist it onto the table. And like I said, I never really felt that safe or that good. So what I'll do now is I'm gonna get a lift table. Lift table has a platform that raises and lowers. So I'll lower it all the way down, deconstruct the rest of the box, transfer the rotary onto the platform, roll it back over here to the machine, and lift it up past this edge, move the table over, and all I'll have to do is transfer it from here to there, only bridging about an 8-inch gap. So I'm gonna run over to Harbor Freight in North Austin, grab a lift table, and I'll bring it back here and show you what we're doing.
A few moments later.
All right, back from Harbor Freight. It took me so much longer to get back here than I thought. I somehow misrouted my GPS. I had Harbor Freight pulled up, clicked on it, pressed the route I wanted, and I'm suddenly finding myself like where my old apartment is, and I'm like, what are we doing here? And I look at the route again. I guess I clicked a little off. I don't even know how it routed me to my apartment. I hadn't even been there in years. It wouldn't have even been in my recent history. I don't know. Anyways, like Harbor Freights, and then the apartment complex starts with an R. Like H and R aren't even next to each other on the keyboard. I don't know how it happened, but I find myself over there, and there's a coffee place that we like, my wife and I. So stopped for coffee, got some pumpkin bread, finally drove into the Harbor Freight in Austin, picked up the cart. That was pretty painless. Brought it back, realized I didn't drop off the coffee to my wife, so got the cart here on the floor, took the coffee back, finally came back to the house, or the shop. I'm here, and now we have a lift table sitting here ready to be installed. So all I have to do is bolt this handle to the little pegs down there, and that'll be good to go. But this thing weighs almost as much as the rotary. I'm like, I took it out of the bed of the truck, put it on this cart, and then put it on this bench. Then I had to deconstruct it and pull it all off. And I'm like, I need a lift table to get the lift table off the table. So anyways, it's on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and install the handle, and then we'll move the rotary. Okie doke, the cart's put together. Get it off. Okay. Yeah, let's see if it works. It's got all this stuff down there, all this information, whatever. Does it work? I'm gonna put a pump on this. This is taking too long. That's higher than I thought it'd be. Okay, so it's kind of bottoming out there. There we go. That's the lift table. It has a 1,000 pound capacity. That rotary table only weighs about 200, so that works out. That's how you raise it. Squeeze this handle, let it down. Nice and gentle. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna roll it over here and we'll get the rotary table laid on here. It's got a rubber mat. There it is. Somebody's like, don't spin so much, it gives us vertigo. So sorry. It's got this rubber mat that you can lay on it, but I'll do without for now. Okay, just wheel this thing over. Beautiful. This is as low as the table goes, so it's a little higher, so I'll have to lift the rotary a little bit, but better than lifting it all the way up into that table. So let's move it. I know I made lifting that look really easy, but it's pretty heavy. I kind of want to weigh it. I want to see how much it weighs. It's got to be around 200. I'll weigh it. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's see how weak I am. Let's see. Gotta get the cords in here too. Looking at 152, 153 pounds, so not super heavy, but also not super light. Alrighty. That was easy enough. I just saw too. It actually says don't pick up a box fan by yourself or your back will spray. I don't know what that means, but I just saw it, so I figured it was worth pointing out. Okay, this seemed to work out well. I'm able to lift it past the opening in the window. They had a smaller version of this. It was the 500 pound version, but it only lifted up like 20 something inches, so it had landed somewhere in here instead of up above the window where I need it. So this is perfect. Seems to lock in place somewhat well. So the idea is I would then move the table over. It'll dead end about right there, and then I would just carefully slide this over and get it into the machine. This is also how I would take it out. So until then, until we got the drive installed and all that stuff, I'm just gonna keep this next to the machine right here. So let's see if we can slowly, steadily lower this. Oh yeah, there's a lot of control. Nice and slow, go a little faster if we're feeling brave. Too fast, we'll go slow. Lesson learned. I'm not sweating, you're sweating. And make sure the cable's not like gonna get pinched. All right, so we'll have to, might make a stop for this thing so it can only travel so far. We'll just get this down all the way. All right, so now that it's safely stored next to the machine, I'll probably figure out a better place to put it later, like I said, back there. But for now, that's how I'll get the rotary in and out of the machine. All right, my checklist is complete. We've got the rotary table sitting on the new lift table, ready to be installed in the machine once I'm done with this current vise configuration. We also have the 4th axis drive and wiring kit sitting on the bench. All it's left to do is get HAAS out here. We've already scheduled them. For them, it's going to take 5 or 6 days to get out here. So meanwhile, I'm going to stay busy. Until then, I want you to enjoy the next 2 seconds. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your break. While you were waiting, we installed the rotary table. I say we. HAAS came out earlier today, got the 4th axis drive and wiring kit installed, set up the software and the parameters to enable the rotary table, and it's all finished. So we left the table on the lift table instead of putting it on the machine table. A lot of tables, right? So there's the machine table, the lift table, and then the rotary table. So let's just call them the table, just to make it clear. So we left the table off the table and kept it on the table so that we can install the table on that table when the table is empty. That makes sense? You following along? Okay. Anyways, it's in a usable state. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is the rotary table sitting on the lift table, not the machine table. Don't get it confused. So this is actually hooked up to the cabinet. So this is the air line for the rotary brake, and then you have the umbilical for the power and servo. So here's where these plug in. Normally they would route through that port in the enclosure, but because we don't have the table on the table, we're gonna leave it on the table and the cables run out here. You still keeping up with me? All right, good. So we also had to install the 4th axis drive, which is this guy here. So that's new. So far everything is working well. The tech told me he'd be here for about an hour, and about 2.5 hours later he finally left. Anyways, let's see it in action. Right now I have it at 900 degrees from its machine 0. You can see that here on the readout. So what I'm going to do is G53 G0 instead of A 900 degrees, and do A0, alter, reset, and now when I press go, this thing's going to go back to 0. You can see here on the readout, going back to 0. It's going to stop right on, and the brake will engage. There it goes. So I can either run it with G-code, like an actual program, write my own program. I can also handle jog it, as long as that's highlighted. If I spin this wheel, the table spins too. Let's check it out. Pretty cool, huh? So, anyways, it's working. I'm really happy with it. And all that's left to do is easy stuff like program for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks straight, design work holding from scratch, validate processes for like 4 or 5 different products. So should be pretty easy, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. That concludes today's video. If you have not seen the first vlog, go check it out. It got way more attention than I thought it would, so I appreciate that. Appreciate all the new subscribers. I think we got almost 500 new subscribers off of that. So not viral by any means, but I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Let me know how you like this video in the comments. Get some rest, drink some water, get some sun. Take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Bye.